It is with great pleasure that I get to introduce April Seeley to you all today. She's entering her 10th year at Blast North Academy and her 31st year as a social worker. She spent this past year as a member of the inaugural Blast Ambassador Program, where she was able to share the amazing things we do with the greater community and discover a better understanding of the many roles of the individuals here within the organization. She is truly an invaluable resource within our program to students, families, and staff alike, as she helps individuals to grow and to find our own inner spark. Please help me in welcoming April Seeley.
Following Adam, that is definitely a hard act to follow, and I was here last time you were here, and I hope I'm here next year when you're here. Technology is not my friend. Remember the old 80s sitcom Cheers? It really hit the nail on the head when talking about connections. Sometimes you've got to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. Good morning, I am April Seeley, and I am so glad that you came today. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak about my passion, a passion that was sparked 10 years ago at my first Blast-In service, and a passion that has been ignited by my students, my colleagues, and the Blast organization. That passion is connections. Wanting to be connected, wanting to be part of something. Isn't that what we want for all of our students? Not just our students, but our colleagues as well. Students do better at learning when they feel cared for and connected at school. Employees feel more passionate, more willing to be creative and productive when they feel valued and connected in their organization. I love my job as a social worker at the Blast Academy. I have always felt connected there, felt like I was part of a team. I hope to retire from there someday a long time from now. I hope this is a feeling that most of you have about the position you're in, wanting to retire from here. I pride myself on making my students feel like they are connected at the Academy. Last year, one of my toughest to reach 10th graders said to me, "You know what, Mrs. Seeley, you're right." You always like hearing you're right from a student. He said, "You know, we are like a family here. We all got problems and we all got each other's backs." It made me want to cry. My student felt connected to me, he felt connected to his peers, and he felt connected to our school. The sad thing was, he said this was the first time that he had felt connected in school. And sadly, he is not alone. As a social worker, I have the honor and privilege of hearing students' stories each and every day, oftentimes telling me that they have felt alone at their school, felt like no one wanted them around. An organization is only as good as the people that make up the organization. I told the Blast Board of Directors several months ago that it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to run an IU. You are part of IU 17's village, and you make Blast what it is today. An organization where employees are making incredible differences in students' lives. Employees are cheerleaders for each other. Employees are transforming the lives of our community and education through our connections. Building a connection hasn't always been easy, and it often requires you to think outside the box. It's not uncommon to see me walking down the hall with a puppet in my hand, or being in our mat room, punching it out with one of my students who's frustrated. Students aren't just going to trust us. We have to earn that trust. Many of our students have trauma backgrounds, backgrounds where they have been programmed not to trust people. If you're having a problem as an employee, making a connection with one of those harder to reach students, the lucky thing is working here at Blast that you have a number of people that you can use as role models and trainers. I'm sure many of you have had Mr. Jim in your classroom. I think the man has "You Matter" tattooed on his forehead because that is how he makes his students feel. You matter. Then there is the lovely school nurse at the North Academy, Miss Megan. Miss Megan can help de-escalate some of the toughest students. She does that through the connections she has made with them, connections built on trust, humor, and maybe a song or two. Finally, there's Mr. Noah. He is our well-loved behavioral health worker at the North Academy. He makes his students feel loved, welcomed, connected, and safe every single day. I wish I had the time to tell you about everyone at Blast and the wonderful connections they have made, but unfortunately, I think my time is coming to a close. So team, I know we don't have students here today, but I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to make connections here with your colleagues today. We have the heart and soul of Blast sitting in this room. We have the brightest and the best in the field of education sitting in this room. Whether it's your first in service or your 38th in service, I challenge you to go up and introduce yourself to someone new. Let them know your name. Let them know what you do or what you were hired to do. I'm sure that they will be glad you came. I hope you have a great in-service and hope some amazing connections are ignited at our in-service throughout the next 2 days. Thank you.